Hey guys, so I am going to show you how to do your blended background. Now, I have two different backgrounds available. I have a black, kind of like a board kind of material, kind of like cardstock, a little thicker. I also have a 9x12 canvas that I'm going to use. I'm going to do the canvas first, and then I will show you what the example of the black background looks like. So first thing is I have a couple of brushes. I have a large flat, a smaller flat. You can also use the round, like a small round when we get to the tree branches. I also have acrylic paints. These are very beginner acrylic paints. You can use the bottled acrylics, you can use tubed acrylics, it doesn't really matter. You may need to do multiple layers if you have the tubed or the bottled acrylics. The tubes are a little bit thicker. But I have red, I have orange, I have yellow, and I have black. So let's see if I can tip my camera down here for y'all to see. And hopefully, there we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my background, and it's going to be a value changing background. So I'm gonna start with yellow in the middle. And we're doing a sunset. And if you notice, I'm kind of going in the circle shape with my brush. I'm not going back and forth. I'm using the circle and the circular motions of my strokes. And you can make your paint as thick as you like. It may take a little bit longer to dry if it's really, really thick, but it doesn't really matter. So I've started with the yellow, and real careful, I'm not gonna wash my brush, but I'm gonna go right in with the orange because I want the orange and the yellow to be able to be blendable. If you see scratchy marks on your canvas, it's because you need more paint on your brush. Now I am loading up my brush pretty well, and I am adding that paint on just like that. Now I'm going to dip it in a little more yellow, and you will see I get that blended look. Now you can leave it so that you have the yellow in the middle if you want, or you can really blend it. That is totally up to you. I'm going to go out here with a little bit of more orange, and then I am going to add some red out to the very edges. And if it gets a little bit too red, you can go in with a little bit of orange. You can even add a little bit of yellow to make your orange a little bit lighter. If you see the directions of your brush strokes, that's great too. We like that. We want to actually enhance that. So I am going with a reddish orange. My tables are covered, so I'm not being real careful not to get my paint on the table, because it's okay if it does. Make that pretty dark out here. So I'm going to go with more red. I'm also going to do something called wrapping my canvas. Wrapping my canvas is basically going around the outer edge and wrapping the color. I don't know if you can see that. Wrapping the color around that outer edge. And I am going to end up doing that all the way around my outside canvas. It just makes everything look a lot more finished, makes it look a lot nicer. And if you don't use a frame, it's a good way to finish your canvas. So as you can see, I'm doing that around all of my edges. Oops, just like so. All right. I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna bring some more of that orange on this side. And bringing that red around. Now you can decide on your dark and lights, whatever your liking is. Some people like things a little brighter, some people like things a little bit more red, darker. It's up to you. I'm actually going to grab a little bit of that yellow. I'm going to bring a little more of that yellow out here. I love the brush strokes. I don't mind brush strokes showing at all. If you're not so keen on that, you can just keep blending them out so you don't see the brush strokes so much. It's up to you. I'm actually gonna take a clean brush with some of my yellow and just kind of blend this out just a little bit. Just like so. Now we like to call that center kind of your sweet spot, because that's where your the person viewing your artwork, their eye is probably going to go first because it's the brightest and the lightest spot. Notice how in my painting I do not have my sweet spot right in the exact center. It just adds a little more interest if it's off to the side a little bit, but you know, it's your painting. So if you want to put it in the center, you can try it that way too. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to start in with my tree silhouettes, and I will show you exactly how to do that.